Hello and welcome to another TalentLMS masterclass. As you have figured out by the topic already, today is all about AI. Whether you're looking to save time, enhance your content, or streamline the way you build and deliver training, TalentLMS's AI-powered tools are here to help. In this session, we'll walk you through exactly how to leverage these features effectively, from generating content and images to customizing learning experiences in ways that truly work for you and your learners. I'm Irini. I'm a senior customer onboarding consultant, and I will be hosting this session live today alongside with my good colleague, Mary.
Hi everyone, I'm Mary. I'm a senior product manager at TalentLMS and welcome to the session.
And before we dive in, just a quick reminder, this webinar is being recorded and you will receive the recording by email once it wraps up. So feel free to share it with your team. And we're also running a live Q&A throughout the session. Anastasia and Yanis will be joining us today, answering your questions behind the scene. And we'll also tackle some of them live. To ask a question, just hit the Q&A button in your meeting controls. Now, our mission in this webinar is to boost your confidence and your know-how to take full advantage of AI in Talent LMS and supercharge your training programs with ease. That's why what we will be exploring today is how to create courses faster and smarter with AI. Then we'll change the discussion to TalentCraft and how we can bring learning to life. And then Mary will demonstrate how we can build skills that fuel growth. And without further ado, I will pass the mic to Mary. Mary, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Irini. Again, welcome everybody. I would like to start by letting you in on a little secret. This is a brand new feature that is not even communicated from our marketing team, so you're officially the first to know. We have added the option to translate courses in TalentLMS. So let's talk first why this matters, and then I will show you on the platform how it works. One of the biggest challenges in online learning is language, and most courses are created in just one language, often with a single tone or teaching style. So that might work for some learners, but for non-native speakers or those who process information differently, it can be a real barrier. They may struggle to grasp the content, which affects their engagement, their completion rates, and their ability to learn independently. And of course, it's not just learners who are impacted. We believe that instructors and admins also get questions because things aren't clear from the beginning due to the language barrier. So this is where TalentLMS really shines. We have integrated an AI-powered translation feature, which is another smart tool for you. And for this, let me share my screen. In order to offer to your learners the ability to experience the content in the language and tone that works better for them. It's a smart way to make learning more inclusive, boost comprehension, and keep learners motivated. So you will see this. I hope you can all see my screen. I am on a familiar page. I'm looking at courses. What you will notice from today, you can check it out on your platform if you are on the right plan, is this icon, the ability to clone and translate a course with the help of AI. By clicking on this, a drawer will open where you can set the language and tone of voice and hit to translate the whole course. I want to also show you another flow in case you're working inside your course. We don't want you to exit where you're looking at. So in the course options, where you usually set up the category or price for the course, we are sure you won't miss that. You will also be able to see the clone and translate with the AI. So I just want to show you some of the units that I have here. I have a content unit. I'm using English for this purpose. I have TalentCraft units. I'm using also videos. And I have captions in the videos which are in English. And I'm gonna hit to clone and translate with AI. You will see many different languages, but also languages based on your location, because, from place to place, some things are different. For example, I would like to translate the entire content in Spanish, and you may notice the order is not an alphabetical order. I just used a little bit before the feature, and it keeps the last used language on the top of the screen, so it's easier for you to use over and over again the languages that you would like your content to be translated. So I'm gonna select Spanish Spain, and then I can also select the tone of voice. I can keep the original tone of voice, so it just translate everything that you have on your course, make it more academic, more simple, or more creative. I'm gonna just keep the original and hit clone and translate. You won't have to do anything else. The system will translate everything, the title, the description, the unit content, and it was pretty fast. As you can see, the course has been translated. There is indication, so you can leave the page if you want to, that the translation is complete, so you can see that. Of course, like anything else with AI, we would encourage you to have a close look to spot any mistakes. And when you're happy with your content and everything that has been translated, go ahead and publish your course. As you can see, the title is in Spanish, the description. Let's go through the content, the units as well, TalentCraft units. Of course, we cannot translate the actual PDF documents, but for videos, I think you will be very excited that have captions are also translated. So it's all in Spanish. I hope you like this feature. Please try it out and leave us your comment. That's the brand new feature from TalentLMS.
Thank you, Mary. And I will be taking the floor now and sharing my screen. Just bear with me to click on the button. You can all see my screen, I suppose, at the moment. So Mary just presented what it was released this week. So let's discuss a little bit about the AI features that we already have released so far. And they're great saving your courses and saving time, especially those difficult days where we need an extra boost. So what I'm going to do is click on courses. I'm already logged in as an administrator and click the Mastering Negotiation course. And the first AI feature that I would like to present is the AI image and description generator. Now, one of the first things that we need to do when we create a course is give our course a title. So at the moment, I have the Mastering Negotiation. Right next to it, you will find this little button, which is our AI helper in here. If I click it, the AI will generate an image and a description based on the title of this course. Therefore, the merrier, the better. The more specific into the topic, the title it is, the better for the description and the AI image. And of course, you can also regenerate a different image if you want to. For example, you might not like this one. So the AI button is here, and by clicking it and providing some more prompts, the AI will create a brand new image for you. And in terms of description, we can also change it a bit. You can click here and add material of your own, or in case you don't like something, let's say this very last sentence, this is where the AI editor will appear. So the edit toolbar will appear here with the traditional tools that we have in case we want to make the letters bold or underline, in case we want to add a little bit of color on our text. But there's also the AI feature in here that will allow us to improve the writing of this sentence, continue the sentence, do a spelling and grammar check, make it longer or shorter, translate it in a different language, and these are the supporting languages. Or, let me go a little bit higher, or change the tone. Make it professional, casual, or confident. It all depends on the audience which you deliver training. And of course, this AI editor is also available on the description parts in our units. As you already know, when we add a PDF or a video or a presentation, on the top and on the bottom, for example, I have this presentation here. On the top and on the bottom, we have the option to add description and add content. And the AI is also helping us in this area. So I just added this simple sentence, key elements of negotiation. If I highlight it, again, the editor will appear here and the AI feature, I'm sorry, will appear again. And if I want to, I can improve the writing like this, or, make it longer like this. In a snap, in a few seconds, I have everything that I need and I save time. And since we're here, another thing that has been recently released are the AI captions for videos. Why is this important? The AI generated captions in videos offer multiple benefits that enhance the learning experience. They improve accessibility for learners who have hearing impairments. Support comprehension and focus, especially for non-native speakers or technical content. Captions also allow learners to watch videos in any environment, even without a sound. And by automating the captioning process, AI saves valuable time and reduces manual effort, making video content more efficient to produce and more engaging to consume. Of course, this functionality is available only for the videos you upload. So if, for example, you're just sharing a YouTube link, this is not possible to generate any AI captions. You need to ensure that the captions are included on that video already. I have a video already here, which I uploaded. And if I go to Unit Options and enable the captions, let's remove that. We Let's remove that. You have the option to generate the AI captions through the AI here. The fact that I have already generated them with AI is not giving me the option. So if I just let me just remove this. Okay, let's do it like this. So captions, fixed it. You see, there's a traditional method where we drag and drop the SRT file in here, but we can allow the AI to generate the captions right away. So if I click it, I have already done it. That's why the file is there. But the magic will happen in a few seconds. I will save. And just for the sake of this demonstration, let me just mute the video. You see the captions will be displaying here on the bottom. Now, that is all about the AI editing tools that we have released so far, but I think it's time to change gears here and discuss about the TalentCraft, because the TalentCraft was the very first AI tool that we released with TalentLMS, and we're very proud of. TalentCraft is designed to help users build engaging learning content faster and more easily without needing a background in illustration design. It's a great alternative if you don't have the resources for professional course development, making it especially valuable for small businesses or teams without in-house training experts. The AI-powered tools help you create content that feels professional, learner-friendly, and visual enriched, so learners stay focused and enjoy the experience. In short, it empowers more teams to train effectively without added complexity. And let's see how this works, how this magic happens in our system. So there is the add button here, and there is a dedicated button about TalentCraft. By the time I click it, I get 4 different options. I have the option either to start from scratch using the TalentCraft toolbar, which I will demonstrate in a few seconds, and start adding my own material in combination with AI. I can generate with AI from scratch, sharing some prompts, exactly what I'm looking for to the AI, provide all this information, and then the AI will create this entire unit out of that description. Or we can use a ready-made template. We have some templates already for you. So if you are presenting a product or you're demonstrating a procedure, describe a company policy, we have templates that you can use right away. What I will demonstrate, however, is something, it's the lately released, let's say, option in TalentCraft, import from document. It's still in beta because we will be doing developments in the near future, and some of those spoilers will be shared from Mary later on. It's still in beta, so whatever feedback you have to share with us that will lead to further development, please free to do so. And what this basically does is take in a PDF or a presentation or a doc that you have, which is very simple, very plain, and transform it magically into a TalentCraft unit. By clicking it, this is the area where I will drag and drop my documentation. As you can see, I have already tried it with 3 different PDFs that they will be here available to regenerate. And by clicking that PDF, I get 3 options for a different processing level. The higher, the better. And just to give you an example of how this looks like, I have already done it. So I will go here to negotiation best practices. Let me show you the before. So this is the PDF that I dropped in TalentCraft. Very simple, very plain, very old school, I would say. And this is what TalentCraft provided. It added a banner here on the top, a paragraph. My key points, my bullet points was transformed to numbered options here. It has generated a question with an image. This is a question that draws the attention to my learners and enhance the interaction. Check boxes, more text, and flashcards. So it transformed the information, combining images with points from my PDF. The content here has been delivered out of that PDF, and this is what makes it great. And of course, the conclusion. And remember the AI editor tool, this is also available in here. So if, for example, I'm not interested about this and I want to change it a bit, the AI is here to do exactly what we've seen so far. And it can also create a question out of it. That's a plus. Of course, the toolbar is here on the bottom that will allow you to add your own content, or click here and request for the AI to add another section. And just to give you an idea of what else the TalentCraft can do for you, I have here another TalentCraft tool, another TalentCraft unit, I'm sorry. So you can see the banners. You can see flashcards in this format as stacked images, which work like this. Going further down, you can see carousel images, which I can, see like this. And of course, I can click and add more either from the craft library, which has already categories that I can take right away, or create AI images, requesting for AI to give images for me, or by clicking the My Library where I can drag and drop my own images and reuse them again and again. Going further down, you see this section, we call that processes. It's ideal, especially when you're describing a procedure. Instead of sharing the steps as numbered bullets, you can do it like this, step 1 and step 2. Then we have this, we call it tabs, where you can combine text with images in this format, like tabs, and you can also change the format in accordion, where the tabs basically expand. And one of my favorites, the labeled graphics, where you can provide an image and add some key points in here, where the learner can explore like this. As you can see, it's a very interactive tool. It enhances the engagement with the learners. It makes it more interesting, more fresh. And this is what we're really proud for. And I think that is all about the talent craft. If you have any questions, feel free to share them in the chat. I can see that you already asking a lot of questions, and Jens and Anastasia are answering in the background. But before we get into the Q&A, I think that, Mary, it's time to shift gears here and discuss a little bit about skills. So I'm passing the mic to you.
Yes, thank you, Rin. And I also saw a comment that I'm talking too fast. I'm sorry, it was the excitement. I will slow down. And the next feature I want to present to you, it has been out there for a while, is the skills feature. And whether you are an admin or you share this recording with your learners, skills has always something powerful to offer. At its core, skills helps you map, manage, and grow the skills that drive your organization forward. So with just a few clicks, and I will show that now in the platform, I think you can all see that, you will be able to add a new skill, ask AI to handle all the details, things like writing a professional description, creating a thumbnail, generating even a built-in quiz, and linking related courses and resources. It's all automatic. And it doesn't stop there. I will also show you how employees can request new skills or recommend other colleagues for specific skills with one click, and then you just approve and decline. Now, skills is available on Pro and Enterprise plans. And once you are in Talent LMS, you just have to head over to the skills section. This is where the magic starts. You will be able to see a list of some default skills that we have created for you. You might want to work on them, delete them. Um, but what I want to show you right now is how you can create your own skill. You just hit add skill and start typing a skill that you would like users to be trained on. For example, UI, UX design. You can ask AI to fill in all the details and hit save. I'm sure I've used this before, and TalentLMS will be able to detect skills that look similar, but if you want, you can create them anyway. Otherwise, you already have something on your list, so you don't have to do the same process over and over again. For this demo, let's see the entire flow together. We hit save, and the rest is handled by the AI. So you will see a complete skill. The description is right there. A custom image is being created as we speak. The assessment quiz are filling in with questions that you can use and check the knowledge of your users. And you also have a list of course recommendations. These are not mandatory courses. These are courses related to the skill that you would like your learners to master. And of course, you can edit if something doesn't look good. You can remove courses from this list and add your own. We are taking your own course catalog. It will trace information from the title and the content and bring relative courses here. You also have a section where you can add external resources. It will really help the learners dive into the concept, the skill that you would like them to master. And you could add, for example, a link to a blog post or an article or a book that it might be nice for them to purchase. So you just add links here. If this is a section you feel it's not necessary for your learners, you can remove that so learners won't see this extra section. Let's see a little bit also the test. It's a built-in quiz. There are some there are some global settings where you can set how many questions you would like the system to create. And it's all created by AI, but this doesn't mean that you cannot edit, remove, or change a little bit the possible answers. Again, I mentioned this before, when you work with the AI, just have a look, check on your own if everything is valid, and then when you're ready, share it with your learners. Let's go a little bit back to also show you where you can set some of the global settings. It's right here, skill settings, where you can enable the feature for your users, or you can deactivate it until you create everything that you need and then you're ready to present it to your users. You can select whether learners will have the ability to recommend other users for skills. You can set the skill levels. Right now, we support two levels in skills. The first one is acquired when the learner passes the test successfully, then they get the skill. For the second one, you have to give them that skill. You have to give them the access to level 2, let's say. You can also set settings regarding the test, the assessment, whether the test should expire after a while, how many questions they should appear, global settings that you can change in a skill level, of course. And here you can add some details about your industry and specific requirements. So you can help AI generate more relevant and tailored skills. So the next time you add a skill, it can be closer to your needs. Now I will go back. And when I hover over a card, you will be able to also check users that have the skill or assign the skill to the users directly. Maybe I know, for example, that Aaron here already has the skill of accounting. He doesn't really need to go through the whole process and complete the test to take the skill. So I can just give it to Aaron myself. You can also promote specific skills. You can suggest that. So the learners, I will show you also how the learner flow looks like, but they can focus on what you have promoted as a skill, what matters to your company more. So you can suggest skills, deactivate them, and delete them. Here we can have a look of all the users in the system, how many skills they have. And when I click on a specific user, I can find more information, again, their skills, and if that user has recommended any other user. But perhaps my favorite feature in skills would be talent pool, where you can match new roles with specific users from your organization. So, for example, I might be looking for a product manager. You might have noticed that it was my recent search. So I can use that again to show you how this works. And I will try to find users that have those skills to become a product manager. I see Mary, she's almost a perfect match, 80%. She has all these skills, Abby, 40%. But maybe for me, product manager doesn't mean, for example, um, being good in collaboration. It's not true, but let's say that I didn't want to have that skill on the list. So you can customize what product manager means. You can add other skills, and then we will recalculate and show you the users that have the skills to become a product manager based on what you think it's necessary to be a good product manager. So from the point that I see it, Mary has a good potential to become a product manager. So I would reach out to her. I would tell her, you know, you have the skills to become a product manager. We can go through this together, help you become also very good at campaign planning, for example. And why not let me help you pursue another career? So it's really gonna boost your employees. They're feeling heard. They see you were able to see exactly in what they're good, and you have created something personalized for them to improve, but within their company, all their skills they have, and give it back to you. So it will help your employees, but also you, because imagine the cost savings here, right? You hire internally, not externally. Now I will switch to the learner role to browse how they see skills. Let's go here. As a learner, I can see all the activated skills that the company has created. And you might have noticed that here I have sorted to see first the suggested skills. So I can see what my company is thinks that is more important to have as a skill here. So even if I haven't talked to anybody, I would start with this one. I don't need someone to tell me that this is important. I see the star, so I can have a look. You might have also noticed that there is a green check mark. This means that I have the skill. Otherwise, if I just want to see my own skills, I can click on this tab. Here it is. I'm sorry. And I can also have a look when the skill was acquired. I can see related courses to that skill, external resources. But let's pretend that I don't have the skill and I need to take it now. I can see that for accounting, I need to take a test. I'm so sorry. If I pass, then I will be assigned to the accounting skill. If not, and if I was not feeling very confident, it would be better to first start with a related course. Get the necessary knowledge by completing courses and then try the skill. I can also recommend other users. Remember that this is a feature that you can disable from your learners. If you don't want them to be able to find other learners and recommend them for a skill, this can be disabled. And the second favorite feature in skills, for me, it would be the job pathfinder. It's like learners have a personal career coach. So they can put here their dream role. And then AI will detect what are the skills they already have, where they have a gap, and let's see that in action. Again, I'm gonna just repeat my last search. I'm giving away too much information for me. I would like to become a team leader. So let's see how this looks. Well, I have first score, 2 out of 5 skills. It seems there is some work I can do. I'm I have the skill of collaboration. I have the skill of effective communication, but I need to work on those three things. I see a brief description, what is coaching, how it will help me. I can take the self-assessment. Again, if the learner feels confident, they can go straight away and take the test. If they pass, they are assigned to the coaching skill. I'm not feeling very confident though. I might start with some courses. They're not mandatory. They're here to support the learner and give more information, more knowledge before trying out the skill, or have a look at the external resources, things that probably my manager has added here. It's interesting for me. It will give me more information outside of the courses the company has created for all the employees. So I can take the test. You see on the right side, the drawer. Let's start the assessment. And it follows the settings I have selected already. I have 20 minutes. There are 5 questions. If I pass, I get the skill. If not, based on the settings, perhaps I can try again. But the most important thing is that when I'm ready, I can take all this information and go to my manager, to someone from HR, and let them know, I've been working all this time. I think I would be a great team leader. I have the skills necessary. Let's talk about this. And yeah, that skills. It has been out for a while. Please try it out. Let us know what you think. And if you can share also what your learners think about this, it would be great for our stats.
So, Mary, quick question for you. So far, we've seen features that we can interact in the platform, but are there any spoilers that you can share with us on what to expect in the future?
Yes, I'm gonna do something different today. I'm gonna let you know what is coming up. First of all, we have lots of improvements during the summer. We are gonna work on TalentCraft. I think I saw also some comments for TalentCraft, adding more completion options, being able to have captions in uploaded videos in TalentCraft, and more customization options. You can have more fonts and more theme colors. These are all coming during the summer. Now, for the next feature, I'm gonna actually give you a sneak peek straight from my stage environment. So this is not available yet. Don't try to find it out in your platform. This is in my stage environment, and I will present you one of the most requested feature. And the best part is arriving this week. So you will see that soon. You will be notified. Um, and I'm now talking to the course creators. We heard you. Crafting tested questions manually can be very time consuming, and we understand. And often it results in inconsistent or not fully aligned um, questions with the actual content that you have. So we want to help you with this mismatch that confuses learners and ultimately it hurts engagement and mastery. With this new AI feature, you will be able to create test questions from your own content. Again, this is not available in your platform. This is a stage environment. What you have right now in your platform is the option to create a test from a prompt. This is changing. We will add one more option and you'll be able to create questions from your own content. The units that you have on the left will appear on the right. Now, you might notice already a mismatch. There are more units on the left. I don't have them all on the right. These are the units we can extract text from. So you will be able to use your content units. You'll be able to use your presentations, PDF files, your videos, TalentCraft units. For the moment, you won't be able to use your SCORM files. So if you are also working with courses from the store, because mainly there you see units in uploaded as from SCORM files, from SCORM sources, these will not be available here. But all the rest, yes. And I'm really excited, especially with videos. A lot of times I'm watching the entire video that I have created and I've forgotten probably to create the right questions about this video. So now you can select the units that the AI will use as a reference to create questions. And then you can select how many questions you would like the system to create. We are creating for the moment multiple choice questions, and you can also select in which language you would like them to be created. You can either use the automatic way and let the AI detect the, let's say, dominant language inside the courses and then create questions in that language. Or you can say from the beginning that my content is in Spanish, but I want the questions to be in English. So select your language and hit generate. One more time, this is a stage environment. Anything that can happen, but you will see this live, how it's gonna work later this week in your own platform. Questions will be generated with the help of AI based on the content you have selected. So questions are super relevant with what the learners have already been taught. And they will get a smoother and more connected learning experience. It's coming very soon, this week. And there's one more thing I would like to share with you. But for this one, allow me to share that from my design prototype. I'm gonna go here. And we're planning to solve another big challenge we see in online learning today. And it's about the complexity that exists. As content gets richer with more videos, quizzes, and it becomes harder for learners to digest the information. So the result is that we see a lot of frustration, lower engagement from your learners, and more questions landing in your inbox, right? If this sounds familiar, you will also love this feature. AI coach within the platform that you can enable for specific courses, and it will be a tool that will help your learners, but ultimately also you. It's going to be available on specific units like videos, presentations, not SCORM units at the beginning. And the learners will be able to use the coach to, for example, explain simple the content they just read. Instead of taking this question to you and send a question, I don't understand this unit, it was very hard. Please break it down for me. Coach will do that for you. Or you can ask coach to summarize the content. Maybe it's very long. I know that you're doing this with your emails, don't lie. If it's a very long email, you summarize that and then you go through the email a little bit, right? Um, we want the learners to be able to summarize the content. It also helps understanding better before you actually reading what is it about. So you can get a quick summary, or we can help the learners practice what they're going to read but with some questions. So we can generate practice questions where the learner can work on, they can interact, submit, say whether it's correct. It's more like a knowledge check. We're planning to give it as a tool to reinforce knowledge. It's not going to be available on your reports, just another tool for your own learners. And we also want to be able to ask questions. So they can ask AI anything, of course, relative to the content. And AI will be able to assist. They can reset the conversation. This is the goal here. They can close and come in later time. But we do want learners to have all these options in the courses that you have created, and save also from you some time from answering all these questions. Coach will handle this for you.
Thank you, Mary. And that is all about the AI, what we have currently released, what is upcoming. And I think that it's time to get to our Q&A, right? I mean, there are a lot of questions. You're all very excited and in love with AI, as someone from the audience stated in here. Thank you for that. We're also in love with the AI. And Mary, would you like to start? I see that you have picked up some questions. So let me pass the mic and then I'll pick up some.
Yes, thank you. Sorry, I hold some questions so we can answer them live. It's not like the team is not answering questions. I have a question from Steffi. Also, does the AI feature work for SCORM files using the old TalentLMS interface? So it doesn't matter whether you're using the older interface or the new interface. Right, all the AI features exist only on the new interface, and for the moment, they're not working for SCORM files. So it's a generic thing. It doesn't matter where you work on, but it won't work for the beginning with SCORM files. Another question is from Henrik. Can I add captions in different languages for the same video? So the learner will be able to change during training. Right now, no, but I wanted to answer you live that this is a goal. We wanted to give you all the right tools to translate the courses, to create captions. Now you can see that also captions are translated, so it is something we want to offer to your users. We want you to be able to create multiple languages and multiple captions for the same video. And then at the end of the day, the learner will just pick which language work for them, better for them. So it's going to be like subtitles. So we do want to get there, yes. Another question is from Joe Marcel. Can the translated captions be edited? So all the AI captions are saved in your files. So you could go to courses. I'm going to share my screen just a moment to remind you where you can find this. So let's go to a course. You'll find files. And here are the AI captions that you can download. And if you want, you can edit them. And then just upload it again in TalentLMS as normal captions. So yes, you could download and edit. Next, I would like to answer Darren's question. Can you quickly list the translations available? I think you mean the languages, right? So we can do this together. We don't only support many languages, but we also support languages based on your location. So you will notice that English here is appears 4 times, but this is for US, UK, Canada, Australia, because there are some big differences, and we want to bring the content as closer as possible to your own area where you live. Um, so we do have Spanish, Chinese, German, Portuguese, Romanian, Japanese, Korean. The list is very big. Hebrew, Thai, Slovenian, Croatian, Lithuanian, Greek, Ukrainian, Hindi, everything I think is here. If something is missing though, I don't know if this is possible, but if something is missing, please let us know. Just send a message to the support team. Your request will get to us, and we will be able to add it in the system. And let's see. Irini, can you take the next question just to drink a bit water?
Yes, yes, definitely. So there's a question coming from Steve. Will it do the same with PPT slides as it does for PDFs? I guess you're talking about the TalentCraft and what files it supports. It's not supporting PPT, but it supports PPTX, DocX, and PDFs. These are the formats. And while I was checking on your question, I just did a really quick import on the PPTX. So let me just share my screen really quick so I can show you the end result. Of course, for the sake of this presentation, what I did was to go to the lowest processing level just to save us some time. Oh, did I? Oh, I deleted it by mistake. I'm really sorry. But just for you to see how quickly it works, let's go and do that together. I have the PPTX here. It's a random presentation that I found about 3 ways to onboard remotely. Here it is. So very quickly, it will generate the content. It will start with a banner and just content out of my PPTX because I shared the lowest processing level. I will come back to that so you can see the end result. I'm really sorry about that. There it is. So it starts generating the content. Then there's another question from an anonymous attendee this time. They are asking, is the self-assessment where if they fail, they then are assigned the courses provided, and if they pass, they're certified and don't have to take the courses? I assume that you're talking about skills, and the self-assessment. What we need to highlight here, so let me just go back to skills. Um, and let's click the active listening. So the self-assessment is here. It's the self-assessment that it's the mandatory part in skills in order for a learner to obtain it. The related courses, which are the courses added here, and the external resources are optional, which means that if the learner fails on the self-assessment, it's not mandatory for them to take the courses, to complete the suggested courses here or the external resources. They can retake the self-assessment if they want to. And even if they pass the self-assessment, the related courses in here will remain as it is. So if the user hasn't completed those courses in the past, they will remain as not enrolled. So this is not affecting the self-assessment process at all. I hope this answers your questions, but if you have any follow-up questions, send us an email to onboarding@talentlms.com just to get back to you. And then there's another question from an anonymous attendee as well. Who can see the information for individual employee talent pool skills? Do you have to be an admin? Is it possible to set it up so a manager can see their own team only? Well, yes, you need to be an administrator of the system so you can check the list of employees and the skills they have obtained so far. Answering your question, if it's possible to set it up so a manager can see their own team only, I'm afraid that the quick answer in here is no. However, what you can do is adjust the skills permissions when it comes to user types. So if you have managers that are not required to have visibility on skills at all, you can go to user types from account and settings and remove that permission by creating a custom user type. As you can see, there's the skills permission here. And if we expand, we can adjust what is the visibility that they will have in skills. Of course, we basically turn off, let's say, the skills for that certain user type. So the managers that are required to see the skills, they will have access to the entire list of users, I'm afraid. For the moment, this is what we can do in terms of customization and visibility of skills. And then there's another question about skills by Alton. So Mary, before you pick up your questions again, can you build a custom pathfinder for specialized jobs? Well, as Mary demonstrated, when we create a skill, so let me just go here, the active listening, we can either select for the AI to suggest some courses from our course catalog, or we can do that manually. So if we decide to go with the AI option, and we have some courses that we would like to remove from the related courses, of course, we can do that. So if I assign some courses in here from the course catalog that we currently have, the AI is searching, but have you noticed that there was an edit button in here? I can definitely click it and remove or add more courses. And this is how I can customize the more specialized learning path. I'm really sorry. Most probably I don't have any courses with the active listening, but let me just do it again. Click the edit button, and then this drawer will open where you can pick up courses on your own and build your specialized learning path. And Mary, would you like to continue? I see that you have picked up some more. Of course, Anastasia and Yanis are still continuously answering questions in the background, so feel free to send us more.
Yes, so I have a quick follow-up question from Joe Marcel, and I want to share my screen for that again. Will the French translation be in Canadian French? I'm not very good in French. I'm not sure what is the difference in Canadian and normal French, but you will tell me. So let's see. I'm having this English course I used before. I'm gonna use French from Canada, clone and translate. Again, I will do the rest. I can leave the page. I don't have to stay here. But is it already the title good? The titles on the left will change as we speak. Everything is ready. I hope it looks good. This is, yes, so it is possible based on your location. Another question is from Nareen. Clone and Translate creates a new unit. No, it actually creates a new course. It's a separate course that you can assign it to a specific branch. You know, a lot of customers are creating branches for when they have different needs. So we've seen a lot that one branch is created for English speakers, another branch is created for French speakers. And what our customers are trying to do is to provide content relative to their own language. So probably before you were assigning the English courses also to the French people, maybe only the menu was in French to make it more familiar and be able to navigate through the platform. So maybe your courses were not also translated. With this, you will be able to translate the entire course. It's another course that you can assign to that specific branch, and it's going to be tailored to their own language. So not a unit, an entire course. I see a question from Mark. If I change to the new UI in admin, will it automatically change it for all users? Mark, I understand that you have been with us for a while, and thank you for that. If you are using the legacy UI and you switch, you just enter to the new UI, no, the learners don't have to follow your preference unless you go to the settings in Portal and you want to ask the learners from now on to use only the new UI. So let me find this here. I'm sorry. We can turn on and off whether we want to use the new UI. Here, sorry. It was down, down, down. I just didn't go all the way down. So if you turn off the legacy interface, the learners won't be able to log into the older UI. They will just be able to use the new UI. And I understand that a lot of people are using now the new UI, and you didn't have a way to also tell to your learners to use the new UI. So this was actually added here after your request. So you can force your own learners to come to the new UI. And I get that. So this is here. If you want to use that, learners will be able to follow the new UI from now on. And then I have another question from Darren. I'm on the new interface. I have a paid subscription, but we're not seeing the clone course for translations. I'm not sure if this has been answered before. Let me say that live as well. This is a feature that is available on Pro plans and upwards. So check your own subscription. If you are on a Pro plan, you will be able to see that in your courses. And there's no limit. We don't use credits for this action. You can create your courses in different languages. You just need to be on a Pro plan or enterprise plan. Then another question comes from Amparo. Can we find a list of languages somewhere? Yes. As I said, the clone and translate feature was released just yesterday. The marketing team will send you a message tomorrow. So an article will be available with a list of all the languages as well. You were actually the first to see that feature in action. And you also saw two more features that are not available. Again, I want to remind you that by the end of the week, we want to be able to use also creating questions from content. And in the summer, we want to release also the coach feature to help your learners understand even more your own content.
Mary, I think we have time for 2 or 3 more questions that I just picked up. Thank you for actively sending us questions all along. So let me just share my screen really quick. Okay, there it is. So there's a question coming from Sam. Do skills need AI credits? The quick answer is no. The AI credits are used only when you create content with TalentCraft. Any other AI tools like the AI editor, the AI generator, test generator that is upcoming, or the skills do not spend any AI credits. So this is not necessary. Then another question for skills coming from Joss. Can we have a timer for the assessment of skills? Can we also change the passing score? Great questions, Joss, and thank you for asking them. Yes, this is things that we can adjust. So if we go to account and settings, you see that there's now a tab for skills. Through this tab, you can turn off or on the skills according to your needs. And if we go further down, we have a section about the assessment settings. So from here, you can you can determine the number of questions that will be in the assessment. You can change the passing score from here, and you can also set up a timer in case you want your learners to have, specific time with the assessment and try their best to pass it within 20 minutes in this case. And of course, something extra that you can find from this page is the AI settings. And here you can provide some details about your organization, your industry, specific requirements to help the AI to generate more relevant and tailored skills, as it says in the description here. And then there's another question. Let me find it. Can we change the wording in skills for the score? I guess you're talking about this. So let me just switch as a learner really quick. And I guess you're talking about wording that we have here, or when it comes into Job Pathfinder, the wording that we see here. Yes, this is something that you can change, and you can do that through the overrides. So I'm switching really quick as an admin, account and settings, portal. This is part of the customization, let's say, that we can do in the new UI. And what I'm looking for is the overrides. And, let me, I think it was here. Am I not seeing it right? Maybe it's in the users. Yeah, it's in the users. I always do this mistake, language overrides. For some reason, I always think that it's in the first tab. So from here, you can click and add an override, write the original wording in here, and then the word that will replace, let's say, the wording. And in general, this is something that you can use in case you want to change the terminology in Talent LMS and bring your company's terminology in here. And there's a last question coming from Sam. Can I turn off the AI option on skills? As we demonstrated a little bit earlier, from the account and settings, go to user types. And from here, you can customize the permissions in regards to skills on an admin level. We can expand in here. And we also have AI permissions in here. And for the instructor, the AI, and for the learner as well, AI. So in general, through here, you can customize permissions in regards to user types and Talent LMS. And I think that's a wrap. So thank you all for joining us today. We were very excited about your engagement, about all the questions that you have sent us so far. And I'm sure that there will be more questions on the features we discussed today. So feel free to send us an email to onboarding@talentlms.com. It could be feedback that you would like to share with us in general. It could be, ideas, new ideas that we can add in our wish list and get back to you if your wishes come true, or even how-to questions. We're here to support you. And of course, we're very excited to see your comments about this session. So feel free to do so by following the link posted in the chat right now. Again, thank you all for joining. Thank you, Anastasia and Yanis in the background. You were on fire, as I always say to you. And thank you, Mary, for hosting this session with me.
Thank you. Thank you for coming, and we are really looking forward for your feedback.
And as always, until next time, happy training.